Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Maya with Simply Bloom. So today we are going to be working on this bed behind me, and we are going to do some chopping today. So this is a autumn blaze multi-trunk maple. What happened is my husband planted a single autumn blaze. When we were living in Montana for 5 years, the autumn blaze actually died. However, it sent up a bunch of suckers from the roots. And when we moved back 5 years later, there was like a pretty decent sized shrub going on. And we kind of talked about ripping it out and planting another singular tree, but we kind of liked the look of this massive maple clump with the multi-trunks. So we decided to keep it, and I have landscaped around it, and it's pushing a lot of new growth near the bottom of the tree, so you really can't see the multi-trunk. So we're gonna go in and prune some of it back. And then I also have a few plants that I'm gonna add to the landscape around here. Now, you'll most likely see the grass situation I've talked about in other videos. Our lawnmower is still broken. Oh my gosh, we dropped it off at the shop. They said it would be about 2 weeks before they could get to it. It's been like a month, over a month, and we were already well past prime with mowing when we went to go mow, and then my husband was mowing for, I don't know, like 20 minutes, and he hit something and the blade bent and he couldn't mow anymore. So our yard is pushing like a month and a half, almost 2 months of not getting mowed. So we got some knee-high grass going on. So if you see that, that's what happened. I prefer a weekly mowing, but it's just not happening this year, I guess. It's a very wild native prairie theme because we have lots of clover and other wildflowers growing in our yard. But let me show you what we're gonna do. Also, if you guys ever see one of these, buy it. It is incredible. It's a Fiskars pruning shears, I guess, but it has this gear here. So even though it's short handles, apparently this is 3 times the power with the gear. As you know, you think longer handles, the more leverage, the more strength you can get. But this gear somehow helps, so you don't have that super long handle that's getting caught on everything, but you're still able to chop through some decent sized stuff. So I love this Fiskars, and it's light. It's really light, but easy to manage. So here's a close-up of the tree. Let me back up. So you can see it goes into this glorious, glorious clump. Absolutely beautiful, but there's some really pretty trunks that we're just not seeing. You can see them when we get a little bit closer. Actually, you can still kind of see the dead trunk right here. Someday I'd like to cut that out, but this is what we're going on with. So I'm just gonna go in, cut out a lot of the lower limbs so you can see the multi-trunk, and then around the corner again just cut out all the way around, but we have some space here along the edge of the border here and here. Again, super tall grass, and I have some hardy geraniums that I think I'm going to pop in here. This is the south side of the bed, so even though it's under a maple tree, it still gets a bit of shade, and I'm thinking those hardy geraniums, because they, you know, can tolerate 3 to 6 hours of sun, that they'll still get enough sun to bloom and be pretty, but as the tree grows bigger, it can tolerate more shade as well. Here are the geraniums. This is the Max Fry. Again, sun to part shade, 3 to 6 hours of sun, height 8 inches tall, spread 12, zones 3 through 8. And I like that it does say like recommended plant width. There's a heartleaf, I have no idea what that is. Coral bells, which I am actually planting these next to some coral bells or heuchera, and Shasta daisy. So we're going to be planting those 4 as well. So let's get started. Okay, you guys, my boss here woke up, so I think it's time to call it a day. It looks so much better. I'm so happy with it. It's like I can breathe. There's air to breathe, and I think the plants will be happier because they were getting just covered up. And I know this is a shade bed, but it looked like they were just getting choked out from the maple growth at the bottom. So let me show you what it looks like. It's looking so much better. So the limbs were almost covering the legal area at the back there. And I think I'm gonna go in with some hand snips because there are some little tiny limbs in there and branches that it was hard to reach in with the loppers that I had. It just kind of stretches around. Now some of these lower branches right there, sorry, I would point, but I'm holding my son right now. Here, I can use my foot. Like this branch right there, I might go back in and snip out. But I planted 2 of the geraniums right here, there and there. And then we have some beautiful lamium and heuchera. And then I planted another geranium there. Heuchera, I didn't plant that, that was there. This is the wildberry heuchera, and then there's another geranium there, and I think that'll be so pretty as it fills in. So it'll get about 12 inches wide, and I think that will just fill in the gap perfectly. But yeah, I really love this bed. I did not realize, I have some Jacob's ladder here, which I absolutely love, but I did not realize how much it's self-seeded itself. So I planted this one here, and you can see it's coming up in the lamium, and then it popped up over there. And I actually wouldn't mind if it kind of filled in a little bit. It is kind of growing in the middle of a dark side of the moon astilbe, which I'm going to watch that because I don't want the astilbe to get taken over. But you see that gap, like all the way back there? I would love if the Jacob's ladder filled it in back there. That'd be really, really pretty. Okay, guys, that is it. It's actually perfect timing. I have a friend that I've been friends with since elementary school. She's coming over. I'm gonna go in and make some homemade ice cream because we both love ice cream. So I'm gonna get started on that and then throw it in my ice cream maker. And by the time she comes over, we'll have a fresh homemade ice cream. But that is it. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.